This video is a sales presentation for Opioid Addiction Program by Khalar for Business 528 Strategic Management and Marketing for Healthcare Professionals at Liberty University. Today, I will be speaking with an employee assistance professional for a large employer and will be using the needs satisfaction method of selling. In this method, the seller, myself, develops a sales pitch that is tailored to the particular needs of the client, who in this case is an employee assistance professional for a large employer. First, I will ask a couple of specific questions to lead the client through the needs development stage of this method. It will be assumed that the employee assistance professional is in agreement with the presented needs as identified in a conversation with a large employer previously. In the second stage of this presentation, the employer awareness of their need for the opioid use disorder prevention and control program that I am selling will be bolstered. Then, in the final stage, I will highlight the solutions that are presented by my program and how they will benefit the large employer's bottom line. Hi, my name is Brielle, and I am here to talk with you today about a program that can benefit your organization and ensure that your employees have all of the necessary resources to be top contributors to your bottom line. Do you have a high turnover rate or concerns about low productivity within your organization? According to Jennifer Fernenberger in her article, The Economic Impact of Opioid Addiction costs employers an estimated $18 billion annually and incurred $1 trillion in expenses overall in the U.S. between the years 2001 and 2017. These figures account for factors such as medical expenses, lost productivity, and even loss of life. The opioid crisis has led to a significant decline in workforce participation, 20% among men and 25% among women, making it difficult for many employers to find and keep qualified workers. A downward shift in productivity or increased absenteeism could indicate that your employees are struggling with an addiction. Currently in the United States, over 12 million people misuse prescription opioids. According to a 2021 article in Addiction Biology, there is a clear link between individuals with high pain levels and those with an opioid use disorder. Pain is highly linked with opioid use disorders. It is a common reason to start using opioids and also a prevalent condition among whom an opioid use disorder is already established. Between 62 and 96% of persons with opioid use disorders also suffer from chronic unrelieved pain. Likewise, 62% had chronic pain before developing an opioid use disorder. 59% of individuals with an opioid use disorder identify coping with pain as a reason to use opioids. Chronic pain is associated with psychiatric comorbidities, diminished social function, and poor addiction treatment outcomes, including non-opioid illicit substance use. Furthermore, pain intensity and pain interference in life among persons with opioid use disorders may predict the risk of overdose. In stark contrast with this data, pain is inconsistently addressed in opioid use disorder treatment settings. In part, this is due to a lack of widely accepted or well-tested treatment approaches. Our program provides options and education for pain management in addition to providing treatment for opioid use disorders. The first line of treatment for opioid use disorders is often medical detoxification, a short-term inpatient process for providing medical supervision to assist in the achievement of abstinence while treating the symptoms of withdrawal. This is a staple part of our program and one that your employees would have priority and confidential access to through our program. Fear of withdrawal might discourage individuals from seeking treatment, and the discomfort experienced during withdrawal might lead clients to drop out of treatment. For these reasons, detoxification is vital and is typically a prerequisite for admission to long-term abstinence-based treatment programs, whether residential or outpatient. Our program offers outpatient and residential long-term abstinence-based treatment programs that utilize our educational services and approaches to ensure our residents have long-term success at avoiding relapse once they return to the community and to employment with your organization. If adopted, our program will ensure that employees at all levels of your organization are trained to prevent, recognize, and respond to an opioid use disorder in their department teams. That sales presentation used the need satisfaction method of selling. This presentation would be modified if I was using the selling formula or the stimulus response approach. The selling formula approach assumes that before customers agree to buy a product, they go through a series of steps. These steps are attention, interest, desire, and action. This approach requires a skilled salesperson who can adapt their presentation to the feedback of the customer during the sales presentation conversation. For the opioid use disorder prevention and control program sales presentation, this would mean a more back and forth conversation style presentation would happen between myself and the employee assistance professional. The other way that this sales presentation could be adapted is by using the stimulus response sales approach. This approach uses questions and other interactive communication tools to encourage a particular response from the client. In this case, the employee assistance professional of the large employer. For example, as the salesperson for the opioid use disorder prevention and control program, I could follow a script such as the following. Salesperson: high productivity levels is important to the success of your organization, isn't it? Employee assistance professional would respond with, yep. Salesperson then would state, you wouldn't want your employees to suffer with an addiction if you could provide them with the resources to get help and even prevent the addiction, would you? Employee assistance professional would respond with, nope. Salesperson: do you think that you should partner with a program that provides all levels of your organization with education and resources to prevent and manage opioid abuse disorders? Employee assistance professional would respond with, yes, you are right. In reading this abbreviated version of the elevator speech as seen on this slide, it is easy to see that I, as the salesperson, dominate most of the conversation. The advantage of this approach is that it ensures that I will share the intended message, but the problem with this approach is that it is not tailored to the client's specific needs or desires. It also assumes how the employee assistance professional or any client will react to a particular set of questions. Because of the magnitude of the program that I am selling, this type of presentation would not be well suited for selling the opioid use disorder prevention and control program to a large employer. The references that I used in this program were the course text and then 3 peer-reviewed sources that were published within the last 5 years.